create a folder called JavaScript. After that, inside the JavaScript folder, we will do something. Let's open this and download that. That is called download Node.js. Node.js install in your system. Download the Node.js and install in your system. Download the Node.js from this website, nodejs.org. Download the Node.js. Download Node.js from nodejs.org. Here is the URL, nodejs.org/download. This URL I ping you in the chat. You can use this URL. In that you can click on Windows installer. If it is supporting, then well. If it's not supporting, then you can choose from here any other version. Yes. Windows 10, I think this is suitable for Windows 8 and 10. Windows installer will be suitable for Windows installer will be suitable for Windows 8 and 10. Please try that. Download and install. Windows installer you can click. If it's a Mac computer, then there is another option called Mac installer.
Yeah, hi sir. This is Hers. Actually, I have one query.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while we have to install the Node.js, maybe if we want
JavaScript we are going to write. Okay. So JavaScript how will run? First I will show you the content.
Yeah. So regarding that, sir. So for example, the way we are using the Node+,
I will show you the content.
Similar for the BBS script. Also, so there also the Node.js environment will come.
Node.js you have already have Node.js in the system.
No, I don't have in the system. That's what question. Is there any alternate to it? Because I'm using office laptop. I have off time I try to learn from here. If I have to install the Node.js, then I have to switch from this to desktop or some other laptop. So I was preferring to use
Node.js will be required.
Okay.
Because here is the condition. I'll show you. Let me show you the content what we are going to cover. Main topics of Node.js we have here. Not Node.js, main topic of your JavaScript. I will show you here for Node.js. See here the main things how we spend the time on JavaScript. See, this is called as a basic of JavaScript. When we come under this is all are come under the basic JavaScript programming. Okay, JavaScript programming like writing the variable, functions, for loop, control structure, array, till function. These all are come under the basic. Okay. So for this, I will be spending close to 6 classes. In this area, I will be spending the 6 classes. So this is kind of a learning the programming using JavaScript. JavaScript programming you are going to learn in this. Okay. So directly when we write the JavaScript code, after writing the JavaScript, where you will run? If we have option in browser console, we can write and we can run it. But that is not going to help you in the first stage. Okay, when we enter under the JavaScript, that console programming will not guide us properly. So for that, what is the solution? We will write the JavaScript code, and the JavaScript code, our file will be .js, one example, two example, three, like that, .js directly as a JS file. And that JS file we will run through the Node.js. Okay, the JavaScript file we will run in the terminal through the Node.js. Through the Node.js, we will compile the JavaScript and we'll run it. For how many days? Nearly 6 days. Okay, so in that you will learn the core programming of JavaScript. Next, after that, little advanced part will start. In that, what we'll have, we will be going through the data binding. Data binding meaning is what? Like communicating from the HTML to JavaScript. JavaScript can send the data to HTML. HTML can receive the data, send back to HTML. So that comes under the data binding. There we no need of Node.js. There we need a browser now. Okay. There we will create the HTML file. There we will write the JavaScript code, HTML code, and that will come under the browser till here. So till here, it's called the intermediate level. Now from here, the next level is going to start. That is your again array, multiple level of array, CRUD operation, your local storage, session storage, playing with the live server, import, export, communicating with the backend, sending the data to backend, receiving from the backend, part of the API only, API here, fetch, JSON parsing and all. There you will have again Ajax will come, communication with the backend front end. So these all are hooks and all will come. These all are the part of JavaScript. So these all are the main highlighted
So is
topics.
it possible to copy paste in a chat?
Hmm?
So is it possible to copy paste this entire this entire index of the element the course curriculum in a chat? So we will be able to copy paste.
Chat I will send you. I will send you 2-3 parts. You can take it from there.
Sure, sure.
So here from here, I will send you the one section. This is the nearly first week contents. Okay, 5-6 classes you can say. From here, data binding is going to come till here. You can say second week content. Okay. This is going to come from here to here under the third week content. Third week content. And this is going to come under the fourth week content. Okay, so we will be spending close to 1 month of time on that. Step by step, I have sent you in your chat. Each section for each message for 1 week.
Yes, sir.
Each message for 1 week. Some more topics are inside, but it is my from which batch? 8 o'clock batch. I have written some short 2 points that just we have another PDF file. I think you have received or not, I don't know. But you can share your email ID. We will ask the HR to send the complete JavaScript, the
Yeah,
PDF file.
sir. Yeah, that index I have. That index I have. But again,
You
I
have
saw
that?
you. Yeah, I have. But I saw you that explaining in a part, so I thought better to have some.
No problem, no problem. Okay, so your system is Office laptop. You can't install in that.
I will use the other laptop. Actually,
Yeah, you
it is
can.
happening. I work in US shift at the same time. Some Indian project also I'm working.
Mhm. Because
So
problem is what? Like initial point of JavaScript, the main point of JavaScript, it is not directly you can say as a through the browser. Okay, it will be we will be implementing through the this one through the Node.js. So there, like your confidence will come up. You will understand the syntax of JavaScript programming.
yes, I understood. I will install. Just I have to change the machine. That's what I have inquired. Thank you.
Anmukha, downloaded, installed, Node.js. Okay, for other topic, is there Node.js in your system?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
voice was not clear. Can you come again, please?
Node.js you have in your system?
Yeah, I will install. Actually, I'm using right now Office system. So I think once I will go back from here, I will install Node.js.
No. One more person is there. Name is called Karthik.
Yeah, I have all the tools, sir.
You have already. Okay.
Yeah.
Padmada, you check once it's done. Please let me know. You have already. Okay. Padmaja have finished. Okay. Then no problem. Downloaded. After downloading, you should install also. You can open CMD anywhere in the system. CMD you can open. CMD. Go to the computer, search CMD. In that CMD, we can check here which version of node you have. It's working, not working. Node space minus V. Node space minus V. And enter. It will show you the version. You can let me know once in the chat which version is showing in your system. Mine is little lower version. I have installed long back. Okay, 16, no problem. We'll open CMD in the computer and we can check from there which version is showing. Which version? 16. Okay. Okay then. Next, we can come to our JavaScript folder. We can create a folder called basic. Basic. Okay. Folder name will be called basic. One folder, one more folder you create called advanced. One folder you can create called API. And one more folder you can create that is called API hyphen JSON server. Okay, API hyphen JSON server. Under the advanced, we will be covering many things. Under the again oops, we will be covering advanced only. Will cover the oops part also. Many more will come under the oops. Ajax and all again according to need will create the folder. You can log out from it. You know, some you can log out. Sound is making echo. Okay, so let us go next. Basic folder is ready. Now we will close this CMD and today file will create under the basic folder. Today file will go under the basic folder. Okay. Many file will be creating, all will come under the basic folder. Under the basic folder, now we required another tool that is called VS Code. VS Code editor we have or not? Okay. Okay. So that is your assignment. You can download and install it today. What is that? VS Code editor. VS Code editor. You can install it. In this, we will write the code from tomorrow onwards. Today, Notepad++ we have. We can use the Notepad++, Node column, and VS Code editor. You can download and install again, and then we can use it from tomorrow. You have already. Okay. Okay. Use any editor, VS Code or Notepad++ for 1 to 3 days. No problem. It will be managed. Okay. We will create one new file. Create a new file under the basic folder, JavaScript basic folder. Give the file name example1. Example1.js. Give the file name example1.js. 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 In this example1.js, we are going to learn if we have a JavaScript file at the first stage, very first example, like how to write some statement and how to run that. Okay, how to write and how to run that. So from the very basic line, we'll start. Suppose I will go here and inside this file, we will write a line called console.log. Console.log. Okay. Console.log. Using this console.log, we are going to print the statement where under the JavaScript. But again, you will ask where we are going to print the statement, not in the browser directly, under the console, under the CMD, under the terminal. Okay. So that I will guide you where this output will come. But using this, we are going to print some statement. As a beginning initial stage, when we enter under the JavaScript at the first stage, right? Like C++ programming, we write printf, we try to print some statement. Okay, so similar way, when we are under the JavaScript, when we are entering, definitely we have to print so many output. Then that how, when and all will print, that will come to know. But at first very early stage, if you are going to write any line in the JavaScript, which function is going to help us? So one function is called console.log. Okay, you will ask, what is the console, what is the log? Log is a function, predefined function. Console is the name of a class. Then you will ask, what is the class? Those all are our further syllabus. There is a predefined class. Inside the class there is a function called log. It used to print some statement in the browser console. It used to print some statement in the browser console. But sir, Kirtana has sent me one Excel file today evening. Okay, now let's go inside. I will write here. Hi, it's working. It is working. Today, so hi, it is working. Hi, it is working. Okay. Now, when we are writing some programming language, when we are writing some program inside any kind of language, maybe sometime we need to make a note, a small single line of note. Maybe we need to write some kind of description about a functionality, why we have written this line, what is happening at this place. Suppose sometime complex logic will come, how to, we need to write some kind of documentation. Okay, that is called as a comment. That is called comment in JavaScript. How to write a comment? One line we have written here, how it is working. We are going to see how it will work. At the same time, if you want to write some kind of guide, if you want to write some kind of documentation, then how to write? There is a two option. The documentation you are going to write, you are going to write a kind of note. It can be single line note also, or it can be multi-line note also. If it is a single line note, double slash is sufficient to write it. Okay, so double slash, now after this, whatever you will write, line will get commented. It will not get ignored. It will be ignored by your compiler. Your compiler will feel like it's useless, not meaningful for us. It will ignore it. It is just for a developer. Okay, so I'll write here called single line comment. Single line comment. Single line comment. Single line comment. Okay. Next, if you want to write multiple line documentation, how to write that? Slash star star slash. Now between this, you can write n number of line, no problem at all. It will get ignored by your compiler. Your compiler will ignore this line. Compiler will not read this line. Okay. So for single slash, single line comment, and for single line statement, single line slash, double slash. And if you have multiple line, if you want to write it with some kind of yes, star slash, sorry, slash star star slash. Okay, we can write here comment line 1, comment line 2, comment line 3. That clearly it is saying yes, multiple line comment we can write like this, and it will be kind of a documentation. Okay. Now we'll save the file and we'll try to run this file and we'll see how and where the output is going to come. Okay. So hope you wrote it, save it. Single quote is also fine here, no problem. We can write single quote also, double quote also. We will be understanding again a difference of single quote and double quote. Okay, hope ready. Next, after that, Come to your CMD, not come to your folder, basic folder. Go to your basic folder. This is the basic folder. So after writing this code, save the file and come to your basic folder. Come to your basic folder. Under the basic folder, you can click on this address bar. You can see here this address search box, not search box, this address box you can see here. You can just click here. Click on that address. After clicking on that address, clear everything. Clear everything. Write the CMD and enter. Write the CMD and enter. CMD and enter. You will find CMD got open. In which folder? Basic folder directly. No need to cd do here there. Directly open the folder in current path. Let me close again and guide you. I closed it. Okay. This is my basic folder. JavaScript and basic where I have created example1.js file. I will go under the basic folder at this place. Right. I click here under the address box. After that, I will clean everything and I will write here called CMD and enter. Right. So hope your CMD is open. Correct. CMD is open. Command prompt, yeah. It's a shortcut of command prompt. Okay. Now under this basic folder, your file is your CMD is open in the basic folder, and your example1 is also under the basic folder. CMD is also under the basic folder. Example1 is also under the basic folder. So under this CMD, you will write node space your file name. What is the file name? Node space file name. What is the file name? File name is example1. So we'll write here example example example1 .js example1.js and enter. Example1.js, enter. It's working. It shows something. See like this. Say hi, it is working. So for basic of JavaScript, we are not going to depend on browser or any other editor. Node.js is already installed. Using the VS Code editor or using the CMD, this one Notepad++ will create the file and directly will run the file here under the CMD. It will give us the proper output. Okay, now let me run again. So what I have written, node space example1. .js is optional. You can leave .js also. Just you can write node space example1. Node space as a example1 and enter. Node space example1 and enter. Node space example1 enter without .js, right? It's working. So hope working, yes, no. Okay, no error.
Hello.
Hello,
Sir, I have one doubt.
tell me, sir.
Yeah. So when we say node example 1.js, what is happening in the backend, sir? How it is compiling the JavaScript code inside the node?
Node.js is now compiling the JavaScript. So usually what will happen if you create the project in React and create the project in Angular, create the project in TypeScript, okay. So then what will happen while creating the project in JavaScript, TypeScript or anything? Number one, either you can give this directly, this JavaScript code you can give to the browser will execute. Then you will ask how the browser will work. Every browser have a engine. Okay, that engine is going to execute your code. But at this place we are not using the browser. So instead of the browser, what activity browser do to read a JavaScript code, that work is being done by now Node.js. Okay, Node.js is compiling your JavaScript code, and after compiling the JavaScript code, it's giving the output. So here your browser engine is not in use now. The functionality of browser engine is being handled by your Node.js. Node.js engine is taking care of compilation process. Okay.
So you mean to say the web browser internally, web browser also has a Node.js inside that
No,
to
no,
run the JavaScript?
no. Web browser have an engine. Every web browser have an engine to execute the JavaScript. The work happened through the JavaScript engine. The same work is happening
Uh,
through the Node.js. I'm not saying in the
oh,
web
in
browser there is a Node.js. In the web
uh,
browser there is an engine. That engine will be responsible to run your JavaScript code. Okay. So at the place
okay.
of browser engine now, your Node.js is taking care of that work. Okay. And instead of sending the output in the browser, it is sending the output in the console directly. Compilation is happening through the Node.js instead of browser. Usually JavaScript will get read by compiled by your this one browser engine. Every browser have different engine. Okay, so that engine is not there as of now. Then how the JavaScript will execute? So JavaScript now code we are giving to Node.js, saying like compile this and give me the output. So the JavaScript is being compiled by Node.js compiler.
So you mean to say web browser has a JavaScript compiler, Node.js also has a JavaScript
Yes,
compiler.
yes,
But
yes.
if, but if I compile in web browser, the output will be in the web page. If I compile in Node.js, it will be in the
Console.
command.
Console. Yeah, it will be in the console.
But can we debug this one, sir? If the output is in console, I cannot debug, no. But in web, I can go to tools F12. If I press, I'll go to tools and I'll do.
For that purpose, I have created how many folders? See here, no? How many folders I have? First,
4.
4 folder I have, right? I will go step by step.
Oh, okay.
As of now, the people don't know what is the meaning of console. If I start doing the debugging, from tomorrow they will join or they will not join. They will not join.
Okay, okay.
Most of the people, see, the working level and teaching level both are different. Okay, if I start thinking like as a
Okay.
developer, I will not write the console.log. Directly I'll create a HTML file and JavaScript file and link and just show the output. That's all. But I need to come
Correct.
from that level to the learner level. The person who is going to write the JavaScript single line code, where is he? So that then will come to know he is in the before JavaScript. He don't know JavaScript, correct? So we cannot
Yes.
give him directly debugging point. No, he will say what you are doing. Correct?
Correct.
He
Correct.
will ask or not.
Yeah.
So
Correct, sir.
now I'm not at the developer level. I have come to the very down at the learner level. And then I'm
Okay.
thinking, okay, I'm writing the JavaScript. So see, I have written this command line, this comment. I have written the comment in the first example itself because maybe next example will create. There we will write something. The person who is attending the class, person who is learning, finds something meaningful to make a note. So what he will do? He will use any method. He will just write a code there, write a comment there only. Tomorrow he will open the file. He will understand. Oh, this line I have written for this purpose. Correct. So while coming to the teaching point, we have to take care the next bind where I'm transferring the content. Okay, the sequence, if goes wrong, person will be confused.
Okay.
Sequence is the matter. I will give you, I will give the debugging, I will give you like how compiler, how your multiple debugging point I will add, I'll write you all, but that we will be coming under the HTML. Then from data binding it will start. Look at here, no, in the syllabus I have written here data binding one place, right?
Yeah.
In data binding also from very first line I have written. Then in data binding, very first few things will learn, interesting will happen. Then I'll go to the events part. After events part, this double two-way binding, data binding start. There many things will come. From here onwards, I'll start giving the debugging. Okay. We are editing a record, how the compiler is moving. We are deleting a record, how it is moving. In nested array, you are running a loop inside loop, how the like control are moving. Okay, so there onwards I will come to that point also, but give some time. Okay. Okay, so this console.log, it's for what purpose? Just to print a single line statement wherever you want inside the console. If you write this, if you run this file in the browser, it will print in the console only, but directly we cannot run this file in the browser. We have to link with HTML, then it will work. Okay, now come in the same file here down. Write few more lines. Okay, console.log, console.log. In the console.log, we can use some extra, you can say slash n slash t, those how that works. Let's go here, right here, Bangalore slash n, Mumbai slash n. Now slash, we are writing in one line, but when the output will come, all will print to the name line. Is exactly in the same like in HTML where we write the BR. HTML will help you. Once you apply the BR, it will break the line. In HTML, when we write the BR, it's break the line. Now in JavaScript, how to break the line? If you want to print something multiple line, how to do that? Then we have something called slash n. With the help of slash n, it will break the line. Let me add one more city, Pune, and slash n. Now again, we'll save the file and we will run through the CMD and we'll see what is happening. Okay, so I will go here and node space, again node space, you should save the file, node space, again same file name, example 1.js or .js, you can skip also and enter. You will sign Bangalore is printing, Mumbai is printing, then this one is printing, Pune is printing. Purposefully I have made that. Why it is not in sequence? Look at there. Before Bangalore, double quote start. Yes. Before Bangalore, any space is there? No space. Look at the Mumbai. Before Mumbai, you have a space. Before Pune, you have the space. In output, you can see before Mumbai, one space is coming. Before Pune, one space is coming. That is because of a space here. Slash n you have given. After slash n, don't give a space. After slash n, don't give a space. It will not give a space after this one here. See. Slash n, slash n. Let us see it again. All are coming the same line. Okay, so one space once you give under the double quote, that consider as a string only, so it will give the space. Okay, so slash n we understood. If you want to break any line anywhere, we can use the slash n. Okay, come down, write one more line here. See, for programming, like definitely before writing the very difficult code, we required so many things, correct? Where we are using the single quote, where we are using the double quote, where we use the plus, where we use the comma, where we use the slash n slash t. Those things, once we have one short example in one file, then in the next example we can write directly. People will understand, oh, slash n is written because of slash. You want to break the line. Okay. Console.log. console.log. Okay. Now, again, we'll write here same thing. Bangalore only. Bangalore only. After that, /t will apply. /t, yes. Next, we'll write for Mumbai /t. Now, /t is for what purpose? From the computer, when we type something, okay, from the computer, when we type something, usually we give the space. If you want one space, we give one space. If you want two space, we give two space. If you want 3, 4 space together, you press the tab. Similar way, when you are printing any statement in pure JavaScript, I'm talking, not talking in the HTML, okay, in the browser, I'm talking the JavaScript. When we are printing any statement in the JavaScript and we want there should be sufficient space between each. So we can write 3, 4 space manually, space, 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 or we can give directly as a what? /t. /t will give the nearly how many? 3 space or 4 space will come. Let us go here. See what is happening. Example 1, you can see Bangalore, Mumbai, and then Pune. It's look like 4 space. 4 space. Okay, so we got idea of /n and /t as well as console.log also. Using console.log, you are printing a single line statement. Console.log always print in the new line. Okay, it will not come in the same line again and again. It will keep printing in the new line. Hope it is working. Okay. Go next. Next, after that, create next file. Example 2. Example 2.js. Console.log. Use of var keyword. Use of var keyword. Okay, var keyword is going to help you var keyword is going to help you to create the variable. C, C++, we have programming, we have seen, or you may have seen or not. There we use the int, float, multiple data type we follow. Okay. So there what we have done is we have to write the variable name with a specific data type. Okay. JavaScript says like in JavaScript, if you define the variable data type in the beginning, it will become little tough. Programming will become little tough. Okay. So JavaScript says like you don't worry about the integer, float, number, string, boolean, and all. Just you start your variable with the var keyword. Okay, var keyword you start your variable, and after that you store the value according to your value. JavaScript will take care of the data type. Okay, but for that term condition is we have to start with the var. Then like var we have some other thing also. Yes, we have some other thing also. We have called const and we have called let. Okay, so these three variable people ask very frequently in interview difference. We will be coming to that point one by one. First we will be implementing through the var. After some time we'll come to the const also. Then we'll come to the let also. And whatever uses we are going to do, based on that, at after few classes we'll differentiate. How will differentiate? We'll remember, okay, when we have used the var, what was the condition? When we have used the const, what was the condition? When we have used the light, what is the condition? Based on that, we'll say, oh, this is the condition, then use the var. This is the condition, then use the let. This is the condition, then use the const. Okay? So we'll start with the var now. Why var? To create it, to declare a variable. For example, I create a variable called a equal to 100. Now JavaScript wanted to know, you created a variable called a, you given the value as 100, how the compiler will understand what is the value. So for that JavaScript says like do one thing, apply a keyword called which one? Var. Now in front of the a you have put as a var and you have give the value called 100. Maybe later the value of a 100 you can replace by 200. Maybe you can replace by 100.50. Maybe you can replace by a string also. Maybe you can replace by boolean value also. The value can be replaced easily. Okay, in that case JavaScript says like start with what? Start with the keyword called var. It will help you to create a local variable also. It will help you to create a global variable also. In all the way var is going to help. Even in some cases, if we have not written the var keyword, then also it will work. Let's come down. Create one more variable, b equal to 200. Now we got two variable. Based on these two variable, var idea will come anyhow. Next idea will come where to use the dot, sorry, where to use the comma, where to use the plus, and how to use the double quote, all three together. Let's go here. Right call console.log. Console.log. We can do directly a plus b. We can print directly a plus b. We can print directly a plus b. So what will happen in a plus b? The value of a and value of will get merged together, and finally it will come as an output. Now let's come here. Write one more line. Console.log. Okay. The console.log. I can use here a statement also. The value of a is comma a. So you saw here comma is going to be a separator. The string is one side and the variable is another side, and concatenation is going to happen through the which one? Comma. Come down. Write the next line. The value of b is what? B. The value of b is what? As a b. The value of B is as a B. Now below, okay, so let's run this much. See what is happening now. In the second line, instead of following the B, let us see it now. You will do again console.log, not console.log, node space file name, example2, enter. It will print out the value, the use of var keyword, A plus B is giving 300, is printing below the value of A is 100, the value of B is 200. Hope you are writing as well. Please write it. It will give you very good practice to your finger. Suddenly, once you start writing the complex code, multiple double quote, single quote will feel like uncomfortable. But if you have a habit to write a small script, it will be helpful for you. Your finger will be in the practice.
Sir, where will accept any data type?
Var will accept anything, sir. Number, string, boolean, everything it will take.
For arrays also it will accept.
Array also it will take everything. Var is designed for that purpose only. It's called as a loosely data type language. Okay. So it says like, see, suppose I have written here called var a100. So it's represent O. A is holding as an integer. At this point, under the A variable only, we can assign as a string also. That will work. The value of A will get changed according to need, and variable the keyword var is responsible for that. Whenever the value are changing, the var keyword will be responsible. TypeScript, we have a language called TypeScript, so like something next of JavaScript. So there what you have is, while creating a variable, you have to specify the variable you are creating for number type or a string type. Okay. But okay, number type or a string type. But
for example, at line number 9, if I set A equal to string, so the behavior of A will be string.
We can write here. Look at here. A equal to, I can write call hello. There is no problem.
Okay.
Let me write here below call console.log A. Huh?
Okay.
Where? Comma. Comma is a separator.
Okay.
A is not coming. Hey, look at here. Look at here. See, the value of A is how much? 100. The value of B is how much? 200. That is only. Okay, let me compile this and show you. Node space example 2. Look at in the first. See output what it says. The value of A is 100. The value of B is 200. At last again the value of A is what? Hello. And 100% sure there is no any compilation error, and it will not give any compilation error at all. Okay. So var is a main keyword, main representative of your variable. The value is being assigned in a variable, and the data type of the variable is being defined automatically at runtime when you assign the value. So we given A equal to 100. So at that time, when the compilation will happen, the data type of A will get changed to integer. At last time, line number 9, A equal to hello. At the time of compilation, the data type of A will get changed to the string. Okay.
I have one more doubt, sir. What will be the scope of the variable? Is it a file scope or?
Yeah, that I will guide you. Okay. For that, I will come under the function. When we start the function, that time we'll discuss the scope of the variable.
For example, I have declared one variable. For example, here you say variable A is equal to 100 and variable A equal to hello. So how many bytes actually memory it occupies?
How many?
How many bytes it occupies in the backend memory?
That based on integer. Now suppose A becomes an integer, So for integer, what is the size, minimum, maximum, that we have to check. B become
4.
also integer. Now
Ah.
here, look at here. Here, this integer so happen. Now look at for A.
String.
A, how many we given? We given as a
5.
5 character. Now
Okay.
suppose you will ask what is the capacity of A. Okay,
Yeah,
what is the capacity of A? So
Okay.
answer is limitless. It is up to your memory size. Okay, it is up to your memory size. In one web page, web page, suppose there is a 10 MB of data. Okay, suppose in one web page, 10 MB of data is there. Okay,
Okay.
entire 10 MB of data you can store in one variable.
Okay.
Okay, so when we write Angular and React, so in Angular React, what will happen? Your component will be separate. Your pages will be separate. Okay.
Okay.
All pages will be separate. Maybe in one page there is a 10,000 users. In one page there is a 20,000 users. In one page there is no users. Okay. And when you run the pages, maybe at a time you can display all the page or you can display one page also. Now,
Okay.
when you are loading a page having the 10,000 users in one page, what will happen? That time you will not have multiple variable. You will have at last only one variable that is going to deal with the final page. Okay, so what will happen is in JavaScript, the if we give here as a integer, float, and you can say double, decimal, then fine, no problem. It will follow the rule of the JavaScript. It will follow the rule of the programming for integer. What is the minimum, maximum length? It will follow. But as soon as your variable come under the string, okay, at the point of a string, it can have a combination of a string, a static, dynamic, everything. So there your variable length will be lengthless. There is no length at all. It will go up to your memory size. Okay. Okay. Now let's come here. So at this place here, I have used a variable. So we understood the what is the use of the comma. Slash n we got idea to break the line. Slash t we got idea to apply the 3-4 space together. Now comma we got here for what purpose? To combine the string and variable together. Left side what we have is a string, right side what we have variable. String and variable both we are combining through what? Comma. Concatenation we are doing through the comma. Now look at here the last line. Okay, last line. A is holding as a string. At this place, instead of writing the comma, I am going to write as a plus. In our mind, what we have the value of the plus? In our mind, the value of plus is it used to sum the value. You can see here, it has what is doing? It is doing the sum of two values. It's doing the addition of two values. But in the term of JavaScript, the plus operator will work in two ways. What are that? It will do the concatenation also, and it will do the addition also. At this place, what should be the output? No idea? Let us check once.
Concatenation.
Concatenation will happen definitely. Let me run here. So it is saying here still the value of A is 200, the value of B is something, and the value of A is as a hello. So what operator I have used? I have used here for as a plus operator. So at this place, plus is not doing the addition, it is doing the concatenation. Okay, now what is the rule for the plus? Let me come down here. Okay, the value, the sum of A, this line I am going to make little, the sum of comma A comma B, the sum of comma A and comma B comma A plus B. So what is going to give the output? It is going to give the output the sum of A. A is what? 100 comma B means what? 200. The sum of 100 and 200 comma A plus B. Previous line you saw plus is doing the concatenation. Next line you saw plus is going to do the addition. That meaning in JavaScript, plus is ready to work in two ways, addition also and concatenation also. But there is a condition. If all the operands are numeric, then addition will happen. If any of the operands is a string, then concatenation will happen. Plus operator, the functionality of the plus operator is if all the operands are numeric, addition will happen. If all the operands are, if any of the operands is a string, then concatenation will happen. Now, what is the output? The addition, the sum of 100, 200 is 300. The sum of O here. See, under the A, what I have given? Under the A, I have given call as a hello. So here output came as a hello only. Here output is saying the sum of hello and comma 200. What is that? Hello 200. Concatenation happen because one side is a string and another side is a number. Okay. Let me go in next line. Okay. In the next line, what I will do? I will change the value of A. I'll change the value of A equal to 300. The value of A I'll change as a 300. 300. So what is going to happen now? It will give the addition or concatenation. It should give as a addition only. It should not give the concatenation. Okay, hope written. Let us come now. See once what is happening. Here it says the addition of the sum of 300 and 200 is 500. One place the plus operator has worked like is a addition. Another place the plus operator has worked like is a concatenation. So the plus operator we can utilize in both the way. Addition also as well as concatenation also. Comma is helping you here only for the concatenation. A string and number plus we can say variable and a string, both we can concat through the. So what are the points should be clear for you? /n /t, after that comma, then plus, and then another one is called var. Using the var we are creating a variable. Using the /n we are printing the new line. /t is helping to apply the space. Comma is separating the statement. Plus is doing the addition as well as concatenation. After that, var is helping you to define a variable. Var is helping you define a variable. Working. Error or no error? Working? No. Working. 300 plus 200 so 500. Okay, so JavaScript, it is not difficult. It is interesting only. We will be going through the step by step. Okay, first variable declaration we saw, function and all will come after a few days. Okay, so this will be the steps. Here is the step. We are here as of now. We are here only. Okay, so next we will be entering under the control structure. There we will see variable comparison, multiple variable comparison based on many something in between. Some predefined function will also come. Okay, then we'll come to the loop and all. So this will take few days to get idea properly. Once this first block if you clear properly, then after that automatically interest will start coming. Okay, you will not feel, see, because this part, the data binding is saying like you have to combine JavaScript with HTML. So HTML is one side, JavaScript is another side. HTML we got some idea. Now before combining both, we should get some idea on JavaScript. Then only we can combine. Without idea, if we combine both, then it will look difficult directly. We'll feel, oh, very huge, difficult, correct? So that only the way of going through the steps will be that only. First basic JavaScript understanding will get, and after getting the basic understanding of JavaScript, we will approach the HTML. Okay. Now HTML combine and then get some output. Okay. I have one work today, so 5-10 minutes before I will leave. Tomorrow we will see. We'll start on time only. Today that before batch some 10 minutes late happen. Okay, so let's whoever has not installed the Node.js, make them to ready, and then we'll start from tomorrow and we'll continue. From here onwards, we'll continue. It will be interesting. For one example, for one scenario, I will create multiple example. Okay, so even when we start learning, I think like I come on the very ground level where I feel, okay, if I write this line, people will get confused. So before that, let me write this line. Okay, so now these 3-4 things is clear. Now further next we can write directly plus, we can use comma, we can use /n, we can use the var, no problem at all. Okay, and based on this you are going to write so many things. Okay, one by one. Okay, in your WhatsApp group I will forward you a JavaScript book. 400-page JavaScript book is there. Okay, it's a complete notes for the professional. Okay, A to Z, whatever you required, all are there. So you need to read that whenever you have the time. Okay, maybe you can download it and get a spiral binding and read it. Okay, and it is the book of someone. It's a well organized material. Okay, I have got from somewhere, so that will be helpful for you. In WhatsApp group, I will forward in 5-10 minutes. You can follow that whenever you have time. You can download in the laptop and you can follow from there, or maybe first 100 page you can take a spiral binding, one book. Okay, simple. You can take a print and read in 20 days, 10 days, finish that. Again, after 10 days, you can take the next 15 pages a spiral binding, maybe 100 pages. Okay, hard copy will be there. It will be helpful for you to read. Okay, that you can plan. Okay, and then we'll be login again tomorrow same time, and then we'll say okay 5 o'clock. Okay, so Harsad, what is the name? Hars or Harsad? Harsak. Hars, what you read?
Yeah, I have read that, and we will have access for these video while we have recorded later.
I have recorded today, so I will be giving you. How will give you, because this video I will be